good, you're safe.
There you are.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she...
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd caught...
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad you...
I should have known. And now another creature.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so one of them contained theories about a secret hiding.
Exactly what kind of creature?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on...
Why would Snidgets...
They could make more money with Snidgets than the golden Snidget's feathers and eyes. If the poachers found some now, I can't bet.
Where exactly are these Snidgets alleged?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to find...
I take it you aren't going to let the
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she... We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved them.
We need allies. Others who hate the...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want...
Sounds as if we need to go and talk.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach. Still, I think they may be our only hope. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container?
They are. I fear we haven't. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I...
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time... Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get...
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
I'd prefer they not be allowed to attend.
Couldn't agree more. Not to mention...
Revelio.
Expose us to their backward way of thinking.
Talking about Muggleborns again?
Yes, and how they shouldn't be allowed at home.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task,